Good morning, Americans and Europeans and humans. This is your favorite alien on Thursday, March 10th, 2022, sitting in for Paul Harvey today. Stand by for a special commentary. Well, Mr. Harvey, I guess I have to do this commentary in lieu of you because these Americans and humans, especially Americans and Europeans, don't seem to understand definitions too well here. So I'm going to give them the definition of war. And it's not in their Webster dictionary, which it should be. Over the centuries, you Europeans, and for that matter, your descendants, Americans, Australians, and Kiwis, have fought war with all kinds of things. I mean, you got what you call the Geneva Convention for War. There's no rules in war. Really? Who ever heard of rules in war? That's why we, from outside of this planet, and other civilizations, look at your civilizations, the one that study you, and say, what the heck are they doing? Do they got watermelons for brains? War is only thought for one reason, and that's to annihilate or survive. That's the only two outcomes of war, annihilation or survival. You don't fight wars for political control, territorial control, or nationalism, which is what you've been fighting, all these wars that you've been fighting in the last 1,000 years. Religious nationalism, like the war in Afghanistan. Why did you fight that? What did you fight the Vietnam War for? And the Korean War. Why you guys still got an armistice on that? Now wars like World War II, that was a total war. Whether you like it or not, that's what it was. Total. Otherwise, you Americans wouldn't have bombed the hell out of Dresden and Tokyo. And, the only civilians, well, there's about 20 to 40,000 that's died. 100,000 in Dresden. Yeah, right. See what I mean? So, in behalf of Mr. Paul Harvey here, the definition, Americans, is for you American media, war is a messy thing, and it's not for only one reason, to annihilate. And the other person fighting the war against them is to survive. You don't have people like, we can't intervene in their affairs. You Americans and Europeans are doing that. You're giving Ukrainians weapons. That is interfering in a war that doesn't concern you. So therefore, World War III is in play if I were the Russians. So what are you complaining about the MiGs? You already violated your red line by giving them all these missiles and anti-tank weapons and weapons to fight with. Bombs, grenades, and whatever else you're giving them. You have violated the system here. If I were the Russians, you have violated the red line because it's between me and Ukraine. I want to annihilate them. They want to survive. And why are you taking the Ukrainians over there for? They crossed over your border, so that means our war has crossed over to your borders. Because there's no such thing as civilians or non-combatants. They are bygoners and considered dead on the spot. Do you understand, Americans? You have created this mess. And the Europeans also. The Russians can go after you because you have violated the definition of war. You've taken in survivors. That is not good. That is an act of war. When are you going to understand this? War is messy. War is disastrous. If you don't like the person doing the war, that started the war, and you want to annihilate them, well, then you go on the behalf of the person. That's why we didn't interfere in your affairs when you were getting blasted by the Mushka in 2065. What was it going to cost us? And it would have been, what do we have to gain in this? Nothing. Because you guys don't fear to nothing. And look at the way you're conducting this war. Russia has the upper hand because they know that they have the nuclear option on you. And you won't do a thing because of that. You got to understand. You got to put the Russians in their place, and you got to say, okay, you're going to blow us up, but we're going to blow you up. Who's going to be around us or you? Maybe neither of them. Either the Chinese. The Chinese should understand this. You're down to a nuclear war here. So fight the Russians conventionally, and if they shoot nuclear weapons, they know they're dead. You're going to be dead too, but they're going to be dead, and nobody wins. That's what you got to put on to the Russians. Putin, do you really want to do this? And China, are you really going to let them do this? Put the nuclear option up there when you are going to be dying too? This is your favorite alien sitting in for Paul Harvey this evening, or morning, pardon me, and figure out the definition of war. You have already violated it. So you're in World War III, one way or another, Europeans and Americans. Decide what you want to do. In China, you decide and you tell the Russians, back off. Let's live to fight another day. Good day.